Etude number 2. Here's some general concepts that you can apply to this etude during your learning process. To start, keep in mind that the musical process begins with the breath, so have time and subdivisions already happening before you breathe. This will offer you more consistency and confidence on the first note and solid rhythm from the start. Learn each breath slowly. As you speed up the breath, focus on changing only the speed of the breath and not the quality or feeling of the breath. Clip the note before a breath. If needed, play with the time and not the length of the note. Break the etude into sections and even break sections into chunks. When needed, break chunks into bars or beats. Spend most of the time where time is needed without mismanaging your time in sections that you have already mastered. Be conscious of your metronome markings. Don't play faster than is comfortable. Instead, always play at whatever speed you can execute the passage, section, or etude treats very best. Remember, muscle memory and speed are not necessarily related. And be true to the slurs and articulations that are written. If you change something, it should be through a conscious, well-thought-out musical decision and not a mistake due to lack of attention. Record yourself at all stages of your learning. Don't wait to record yourself only when you feel ready to perform the entire etude at tempo. You might have neglected something important, and the process of unlearning and relearning is much longer and more difficult. Make every note matter. Most of us spend far too much time just going through the motions without dedicating 100% of our attention and focus to the task at hand. If you're having difficulties focusing, you might be better off taking a break and returning to your trumpet after some mental rest. And always practice as if it was a performance. Now, here are some more specific notes related to the characteristic etude number 2. Start by learning the etude well under tempo. I always mention this advice first, but here it is even more crucial that you do so to an extreme. Begin with the metronome around quarter note equal 40 or even 30, and slowly build up to your goal tempo. Focus on the airflow while staying very flexible and keeping the sound quality even throughout the entire register. And even as you play the etude at very slow tempo, be sure to use fast fingers with decisive strikes of the valves, both on the way down and on the way up. Hear the sound of the valves in both directions. Play entire phrases in the opening completely slurred and even entirely float or toned, which will help you develop a healthy airflow throughout the opening. Some of the slurs in the opening and closing sections can be more challenging than others. As you become aware of the ones that needs more work, start adding repetitions of them as you practice the lines. You can benefit a lot by practicing the opening sections with a variation of rhythmic combinations. Some of my favorite are long, short for every 2 notes, reversing to short, long first note followed by 3 notes at speed, and once again reverse to 3 notes at speed and the 4th note long. This can entice you to begin playing the opening faster before you are ready to do so. Be patient. Approach the idea of playing all 16 bars in one breath as a result of efficient light playing, and not as the main goal or sole purpose of the etude. There's a lot more to this etude than just playing 16 bars in one breath. So try different lengths and speed of inhaling the air at the very beginning of the etude. I prefer a longer, slower breath to this opening. But try as many possibilities as you can think of and see what works best for you. But remember, it is important to give more than a quick try to decide if something really does or does not work for you. Now, as you continue to improve and learn the opening, mark how far you can make in one breath. I would recommend putting a mark with the date and metronome marking on top of it so you know how much progress has been made. There's no need to obsess over these. The markings are just for reference. As you become more efficient with the way you use your air, by learning it slowly, slurred and flutter toned, you will see the mark move further forward, eventually hitting the 16-bar target. And as you go to the dolce section, continue to subdivide in your head to maintain a driven feeling. This will not subtract from the lyrical feeling, quite the opposite actually. By maintaining a strong subdivision, you will bring out the lyrical contour more effectively, while creating longer lines. Plan out the trill and turns that happen in the dolce section. They must add to the lyrism of the line. Record them and decide if they sound in style or if they are a distraction to the continuity of the phrase. Keep the style very light throughout, but be sure to create a light, quiet style that's still sustained, driven, and strong. Remember, quiet dynamics should never translate into weak, unsustained playing. Lastly, remember to make music and have fun learning and performing this etude, and you will find the process and results very rewarding. Thanks for watching, and make sure to visit us at axiombrass.com for more videos. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.